America Meditating Radio Show, we collect wisdom, inspire each other, and empower hearts 24/7. Hi, I'm Sister Jenna. Join me and guest on Blog Talk Radio as we amplify stories that compel us to be more for ourselves and everyone else around us. Do you like to meditate? Have you tried to meditate? Have you struggled with meditation? Why don't you visit one of the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center? Visit brahmakumaris.org. The Meditation Museum in Silver Spring, Maryland offers a variety of courses and activities to make your life go a whole lot smoother. Located at 9525 Georgia Avenue, you will be able to experience the beautiful silence that's in the space. There are courses in Raj Yoga meditation, positive thinking, stress-free living, and personal development classes. For more information, call us at 301-588-0144 or visit us online at meditationmuseum.org.
The Miracle Medical Clinic is a clinic that has been providing quality health care services to the Houston area since 1996. In a comfortable environment, they are dedicated to helping you live a healthy lifestyle for years to come. For more information, please call 713-464-0236 or visit us at our website at www.miraclemedicalclinic.com. The Miracle Medical Clinic, where preventive health care is waiting for you. Get off the grid and step inside your heart. Sister Jenna guides you through a powerful, encouraging, and motivating meditation that allows you to let go and become aware of you, regain strength, power, and peace.
Hi, this is Reverend Sylvia Sumter with Unity of Washington, D.C., and I'm here just to tell you how much I love listening to America Meditating with Sister Jenna. It's a fabulous show, fabulous guests, wonderful readings with Sister Gita. It's enough to feed your soul. It's a delight to the spirit. Hope you'll tune in.
Welcome, everybody, to America Meditating Radio. We are always glad that you could join us. You have a multitude of online podcasts and radio stations that you can turn to, but you take the time to come to us, and all of your notes and your messages and your likes and your following tells us that we just like that it's genuine, it's truthful, and it's real. And I think that's the way that we're moving, regardless of whatever we're witnessing in the world. It's almost as if it is encouraging us to get to a real place, to get to a more elevated or a divine place of being, because impurity or negativity or what we might call the shadow side of consciousness just can't live on forever. It can't. And one of the most interesting things that I've been talking to many people about this political campaign, let's just say, it's been really helping a lot of people to turn inwards and to find out where their values and their ethics really exist. And then what you will find is that more and more people are turning to understanding that we can't be so divisive and we can't be so disunited, that it doesn't serve our spirit to find our value and worth by putting down another child of God. Now think about this. If we are all children of God, what is the problem? Really, what is the problem? I mean, if we all come from the same source and we will all go back to the same source, what is the problem? Stay tuned, because we're going to have a lovely chit-chat with our dear friend Patrick-kronfli from UNIFY. And Patrick's going to tell us about the great work that he's doing, and also as we approach International Day for Peace, the work that he's doing where meditation and UNIFY is concerned. But before I get Patrick on the line, you know what we like to do best here, right? You've got it, and that is to go into a place for ourselves where we can feel just a deeper sense of silence and introspection, solitude, peace, awareness, identify with the real sense of ourselves, all the things that are really, really important to our lives that we seem to be missing in the narrative of this time, which are actually helping us to return to the original and eternal narrative of the self. So take a deep breath, really just relax into your personal empowered state and be in that place for a little bit. and check that your pure thoughts and your pure wishes is what's at the emergence of flicking on this switch of consciousness. So take a deep breath.
Imagine that you're sitting in a control room, looking through your eyes. Allow your body to become very comfortable and still. Now, turn off all the switches in the control room to the body. Turn off the switch to the feet, the switch to the legs. As each switch is turned off, you'll feel that part of the body relax and become very light. Now turn off the switch to the stomach and the chest. You'll feel your breathing slowing down. Turn off the electricity to the hands and the arms. And you'll feel all the energy drawing upwards. Turn off the neck. And now, last and most importantly, turn off the switch to the face until the whole engine of the body has come to a standstill. Let your mind relax. Be in the present. And become zero.
like a shockwave straight through your heart, wanting you back, and then the tears fall like signals in smoke, calling you.
That was Kristen Hoffman, Between the Veils. Don't you love her? And Kristen and I are going to be spending some time in the mountaintop next week as we empower our own selves and our own light. And the meditation that you heard was The Switch from the Jewel Meditation CD by the Brahma Kumaris. The American Meditating Radio is really, really, really happy to welcome Patrick-Kronfli. Patrick is an entrepreneur and co-founder and director of operations of UNIFY, an organization that inspires global synchronized moments of intention and action in hundreds of cities around the world. Did you hear that? He was also the co-founder of MedMob. Remember those days when you kept hearing about these big MedMobs that were going on all around the world? And also co-founder of Global Flash Mob Meditation Movement. Now, at the age of 20, Patrick experienced an awakening and started to focus on increasing amount of attention on his internal growth and evolution so he could be of service in the world. Patrick joins us today to discuss his journey and some of the upcoming global events being hosted by UNIFY. Hi, Patrick. Welcome.
Hi, Sister Jenna. Thank you for having me on.
I so love the work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I happen to love it as well.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. You know, because a lot of folks are just, they're getting closer. They're getting closer to understanding the importance of collective intention. And this morning at the Meditation Museum, Patrick, I did a session on thoughts, and it was interesting because I have one student who is just, you know, the wonderful one that always needs to take your thoughts and your direction in an opposite direction because they really love to control the classroom and they like to control the moment and they like a lot of attention. And it was very interesting because as I sat there in this huge group and this one person that always does that, I looked at her with love and I thought, what's sitting at the base of her intentions? That she either wants something that is here or she's struggling with getting what she wants. And I just knew at that moment that the power of intention of all of us holding her in spirit. So I asked everyone in the group this morning, the yogi next to you, have the best wishes for them. Create the highest thoughts of benefit that I want this soul to be benefited. Don't turn to the person, but just from your mind, have the best intentions for everyone or for the person next to you. Patrick, the whole hall was charged with the purity of intention. So when Patrick, everybody, decided to, use his calling and to move more into how can I galvanize more than just me, to work on my own internal world and to work on my own power of intention, and for him to be able to create these global awareness projects, which I've participated in countless of them, that you must trust that your collective thinking is creating a pure vibration in the atmosphere, which is what we need now more than ever. Patrick, I'd like if you could share with our amazing listeners on the AM radio show a little bit about UNIFY for those who might not know what UNIFY is and what its mission is.
Great, thank you. At UNIFY, our main goal is to be at the forefront of serving the collective consciousness movement that's happening on the planet and creating campaigns and days of intention and action where people all around the world can come together to connect deeply, and from that place of deep connection, take action together to have an impact in the world. So we do these global synchronized days of meditation and action on the solstices and equinoxes. They happen to coincide with International Peace Day, World Spirit Day, World Water Day, and International Yoga Day. We also did something last year on International Women's Day where we had over 650 groups of women all coming together in circle to heal themselves, knowing that them coming in support of sisterhood to heal themselves also ripples out into the families and communities in the world. And so we do these big days of global meditation where people are coming together to go deeply in whatever path they come from, whether it be prayer, meditation, ceremony, and from that place of deep connection, then create projects that have an impact in that world, in that specific realm. So, for example, on World Water Day, we have hundreds of groups around the world all meeting at live sources of water to pray and meditate, hold ceremony, and then collaborate with local water organizations to create projects that have an impact in their local water source.
That's amazing. That is so amazing, because I know that you're also going to be helping an initiative that I started entitled Meditate the Vote. And you've seen this current political climate, Patrick, and I'm curious to hear how you're feeling, knowing that you've been doing your work from the age of 20. And I'm sure that not only this country is a land that you love, but the world you are in love with. And so what have been at your deepest level of consciousness? Have you been affected by this current narrative that's going on in America and different places in the world, England, Philippines, South Africa, everywhere now you go? But what are you feeling and thinking and regarding your call of trying to bring this higher level of consciousness to the planet so we can, maybe have more peace of mind? I'm just curious to hear what you're going through as you're witnessing this current crisis that we're actually witnessing in our country.
So I have a really deep passion for politics and for systems that we as human beings have built over time to take care of our planet, to take care of the people, to rule the people, to create efficiency. And there's obviously we're going through a time of really big transformation and transition where there's a new way emerging from the inside out. And so all the external systems that we've created as human beings are, I'd say, busting at the seams in some way and kind of bubbling up to the surface to be released. For me, it looks like on the surface like there's tension and turmoil and implosions happening. What I'm witnessing is a newness emerging. And even though I don't, specifically in the U.S., don't specifically agree with one side or the other or all the sides that, are coming together to honestly, I think they all honestly believe that their perspective will be what's best for the United States and ultimately best for the world, because they all, from their perspective, know from their point of view that, they're going to be what's best. And it's important for me to honor that and know that many, many, many of us human beings have such deep, entrenched, dense patterns that have been passed down to us for generations. And as a result, it comes up in some ways as like mass corruption or lying or, manipulation. But beneath it, I really believe that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and Gary Johnson and the other candidates running have a pure heart and have a pure intention, even though the love comes through so many filters. By the time it gets to the surface, it may rub us the wrong way, one way or another.
One way or another? I love the intention that you're approaching this with, because it's a very interesting time. And on your Facebook, I know that you're preparing for International Day of Peace on September 21st, and you posted something that says, peace isn't something you wish for. It's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. That was spoken by John Lennon, and you have a picture there. These candidates that we are witnessing right now, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was thinking of Hillary this morning. My heart has been reaching out to her because she's been trying for such a long time, but there seems to be just something karmically in the soul that's making it one of her biggest fights of her life. She gets very close and then something happens, either pneumonia, or she goes up against the first black African American, pre-scripted, president that there'll be. And now she's got this other personality who is speaking to an interesting genre of folks in our country that seems so disenfranchised or not heard or not regarded anymore. And what's unique about the way I'm looking at this moment is that people are so desperate for recognition and a sense of inner peace and self-worth that they're willing to even adapt to a peaceless means of finding something that they think that they're looking for, which you and I know will not return you to peace. It will just amplify your peacelessness until maybe you do turn back to peace. So the question that I'm actually getting to is, why is it so hard for us to understand that peace is something that has to occur inside of our spirit first, even before we can give it away?
Well, I think it's hard because at an early age, we get taught something different. I grew up in a very, entrepreneurial family, and I personally was taught that in order for me to feel or experience what I want to experience, it's important for me to rearrange my external reality into a certain way and create value for other people to receive money, which then would give me the opportunity to have a good home, have food, have a peaceful lifestyle, be able to go on vacations, be able to afford really good medical. And so I was personally taught from an early age that rearranging my external circumstances would bring me the inner peace.
Right.
I think that it's with the children the opportunity lies.
Right. And so let us know some of the events that UNIFY is organizing right now so that we can participate.
Right. So International Day of Peace is this week, September 21st, and this will be the 5th year that we're organizing a global synchronized meditation. We're actually doing it on the 24th, which is the Saturday after. So far, we have 580 events around the world of people coming together to meditate, pray, organize marches, peace vigils, musical events. People are even organizing celebrations that are dance parties for peace. And then after Peace Day, we're going to be supporting Meditate the Vote. Because I think it's so important that before we go to the polls this year, that we come from a deep state of reflection and make the choices on the national level, but also on the city level and our state level that come from a place that's deeply rooted in what's best for the collective, what's best for our planet, and what's best for ourselves and our family.
Mm-hmm. And where can our listeners find information on these events that you'll be supporting, or if they would like information about Patrick-Kronfli?
So one of the best places to find out what UNIFY is up to is on our Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/UNIFY. And then you could also find out about our peace campaign at peace.unify.org.
Now, do you use any hashtags, Patrick? Because I've been hearing that hashtags are a huge thing of helping us to sort of keep up with the narrative of a particular movement.
Right, so for our Peace Day campaign, we're doing hashtag Be the Peace and then also hashtag Peace Day.
All right. So now if I was to ask you what your best vision is for you, the vision that would make the world into a better place, what would that be for Patrick?
I would love to be in a place where I am in my center at all times, where the world is happening around me and where my inner peace and joy and tranquility emanates from inside me and is my normal way of being all the time. I still get really caught up in the tension patterns that surround me, and I impose a lot of expectations on myself and accomplishments and goals, and I catch myself trapped in these self-imposed expectations. So in this next phase of my life that I'm moving into, I would love to still actively creating and at the same time be moving with grace rather than with force.
Boy, are you speaking my language. It's normal. Like, it's so normal. And I think that, a lot of folks feel that when you are on the path of spirituality or meditation, there is this foregone conclusion that you can't get irritated, you can't get influenced. You've got to be the saint already arrived to your destination. And I remembered many, many years ago when I totally broke that image of myself for everyone. I go, look, stop. I am on my journey like you. Yes, I might have had unique experiences. I might have more attainments than you. I don't know. But it does seem like there is some special gift there. And I'm simply being called, and I'm an instrument, and it's being used. But do know I bleed the same blood. I breathe the same air, and we're all in this together. And so how do we support and help each other? And that's been something, Patrick, I wanted to sort of break down from people, putting folks who are really trying their best to be better, a better version of themselves. And if they mess up, they sort of put you in the Ganges. In Indian culture, they decorate the deities, worship them, sing, and then they go and they dump them in the Ganges. And I always say it's the same thing that people do to us, that we're trying to do our best. Then something comes up, and we are not our best. And then folks dump you. And you're like, okay, but do know we are on a journey together. And we're not here to dump anyone. We're here to see if you need help, and how can I hold you up. And I really appreciated you voicing that, because I just feel it's just so important to take these sages off the stages and just make sure that you are aware that they're there for a particular purpose, but they're still like us, and they also need support just as much as we need support.
Yes, all my greatest teachers always let us know that they're human too.
Mm-hmm.
And they seek and experience the same things that we all do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful. My dear sweet brother, multifold love and appreciation for all the great work that you're being called to do, and that you were disciplined enough to respond to your call. And I always believe that those of us in this story, in this narrative of lifting up this veil that's over the planet of illusion, that the more angry you are, the more you can win your cause. The more arrogant you are, the more toys you will show the world. I don't believe in that. But for those of us who are trying to remove that veil from the world, always must we stay together, support each other, have the best intentions for each other, and my biggest virtue of the year, be very patient. Be very, very patient. That time will come soon. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for having me on, and I'm happy to be of support and service. Please let me know, and I really feel the love and support that you have for us and UNIFY as well.
Thank you, Patrick, and all the very best. Take care.
Take care.
So here's a young man at the age of 20, responds to his call, Patrick-Kronfli, co-founder of UNIFY. He has stayed on his path. There is no doubt he's had his moments and his challenges. Not because you're trying to change the world, it means you sit back in the jungle and just keep telling people what to do to change the world. You have to be entrenched in the world. You've got to be in that concrete jungle. You're going to deal with taxes. You're going to deal with where the money is coming from. You're going to deal with paying staff. You're going to deal with maybe your partner not supporting your vision. You're going to deal with your own sense of capacity. Can I hold this? How long can I hold this? Am I being truthful to that? But you continue, and you don't give up, because you have been called. And the fact that you're called, there's a big, big purpose behind that. I hope you've enjoyed our conversation. Please visit Patrick's website, but especially on his Facebook at facebook.com/UNIFY, or his website at peace.unify.org. And like Patrick says, all I want for myself is to come from a really centered and true place, so that regardless of whatever I'm doing, whether it's mobilizing 400 events around, countries around the world, or just sitting and having a cup of tea, I want to be true to me. So may we all reach that place. So remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission, and we are here to love each other the same. I'm going to end today's conversation with a Hindi song, J.C. Socha from the Brahma Kumaris. Take care, everyone.
जैसा सोचोगे तुम वैसा कर लो दर्शन, यही जीवन का सार है, यही जीवन का सार है। जैसा सोचोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे, जैसा कर्म होगा वैसा फल पाओगे। मन में हो शुभ संकल्प तो जीवन में फिर दुख कैसा, जब अंतर में शुभ भावना तो दिल में सुख सावन जैसा। हार कर जो ना हारे, जीत उसी की होती है, घनघोर अंधेरे में भी जलती जगमग उसकी ज्योति है। जैसा देखोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे, जैसा चाहोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे। सूरज है तो है किरण, बादल है तो है पवन, प्राण है तो है तन मन, सात सुरों में है सरगम, जो धरती है तो है सागर, जल थल है तो है जीवन, जीवन है तो है भगवन। भगवान के संग समय सोचोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे, जैसा कर्म होगा वैसा फल पाओगे। श्रेष्ठ कर्म का आधार है, खुद का कर लो दर्शन, यही जीवन का सार है, यही जीवन का सार है। जैसा सोचोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे, जैसा कर्म होगा वैसा फल पाओगे। जैसा सोचोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे।